A lot of guys on the manosphere will have you believe that being an insufferable asshole is going to attract women. They'll tell you things like, oh, make sure she's under you, make sure she worships the ground you walk on, don't even look at her in the face, pump and dump, don't even stay the night when, pump and dump her and then tell her she's a piece of shit, you know what I mean? Like all of this outlandish, just terrible shit. And deep down inside, got a lot of guys, probably most guys are not like that. I would venture to say a healthy person, a healthy man is not like that, right? But a lot of these content creators, see what happened is that they, even though they say they're not, they will swear up and down that they're not bitter. They will tell you up and down, swear up and down on every video that they're not bitter. Because you know why they got to explain themselves? I'll tell you why. Tell you why here in a second. First of all, this is a Tarek Talks Midnight Podcast. Sit down, relax, and enjoy. They have to constantly tell you that they're not bitter because of two reasons. First of all, the content they make is extremely bitter. Simply put. And the audience members pick up on that, like, dang, bro, like this is literally the 80th video talking about female hypergamy and how she really doesn't love you and she's gonna jump to the next man if you're not higher value than her. Every single video is about that. It's real paranoid, real bitter. Sounds like personal experiences from the guy sometimes. Okay, even though he might be talking about it in a general sense, it's probably more than likely a personal experience about how a chick dumped him and went to another guy, which happens. Okay, let me say this. First of all, the things that these guys talk about happens. The things that they talk about do happen. Unfortunately, in this climate that we're in, those type of messed up things do happen. And I get it. I understand. It's happened to me before. It has happened. The thing about it is, before I get to the second reason why these dudes are bitter, okay? And the thing about it is, fellas, you have to realize that life is harsh. You have to realize life is harsh. Without you, and I would go so far as to say that if you don't face these hardships, if you don't face these challenges, you're never going to be better. You're never going to be better. But realize these hardships, realize these instances, and then move on. Move on. Make sure you're the best person. Make sure you're inner space, not outer space. Okay, because there's an inner space, there's an outer space with all the galaxies, Mars, Pluto, Venus, all of that good shit. And there's an inner space, that's the universe inside of you, that's your spiritual. Make sure that's good. And I know it's hard in this day and age because there's so many outside factors telling you that you ain't shit, right? And so this leads me to my second point as to why these dudes are bitter. Because they have to always prove the point and go out of their way and state, I'm not bitter. Right? How many fellas type one in the comment section if you have heard content creators more than 3 times, right, say that they're not bitter. More than one occasions. They'll start the video off with, I'm not bitter. Right? And psychologically speaking, if someone has to always say something like, oh, I'm a gangster, or oh, I'm an alpha, if they constantly have to say it, that's probably not true, right? And they're trying to force people to believe that shit. They're trying to force, because what's understood doesn't have to be said. But these dudes are constantly talking about, I'm not bitter, I'm not bitter. You keep saying that, right? These folk keep saying that, and I'm like, yeah, you are, because it's obvious. You know it, we know it. It's okay, dog. You don't have to hold on. Holding on to that resentment is your choice. Holding on to that anger is your choice. Sure, you're gonna get screwed over by men and women. Fellas, women aren't the only people that are gonna screw you over. I really hope you understand this. I really hope you don't understand it. I really hope you understand this. Some of your own homeboys are gonna screw you over and do some treacherous type of stuff. All right. How many stories we done heard of a friend killing their friend? How many? I've lost count. Right? Y'all know that YNW Melly, that rapper that came out with that song, with that one song. Then all of a sudden he got locked up because he deleted his own partner in a car. You can't get no more treacherous than that. You know, you can't, like the Jeffrey Dahmer dude. You know, he pretended like this is how sick, like this is how insane he was. He pretended to be somebody's friend, genuine, acting like he cared, acting so charming, like, yeah, and he was on that rainbow stuff, right? He liked other dudes, so he would charm them. Oh, you're so head, blah blah blah, all that stuff, and get them to completely trust him. Using a person's most vulnerable emotions, vulnerable state, and then he would delete them. So it's not just females that are gonna screw you over. You need to understand that. You need to accept that. And once you accept that and you find happiness in yourself, dog, if something happens with a female and she does something jacked up, yeah, it's gonna hurt. But you know what? You're gonna internalize it. You're gonna be like, okay, that's messed up. That's a lesson. It's a lesson I gotta learn. It's a lesson I gotta learn. It sucks. It hurts. It's gonna hurt the hell out of me, but I gotta move on. It's cool. But it's not about being an a-hole when you're dating. It's about a balanced attitude. It's about being a solid guy. Okay. And see, another reason that I've talked about why these guys are so damn angry at the modern dating scene is because they go after chicks that really aren't into them, and they go after chicks that were trash themselves, right? Because listen, if you do all this toxic, I'm toxic, and it's crazy because these guys, they use Future memes as a reference. Now, Future has had every single one of his relationships were unsuccessful. He has multiple kids by multiple baby mamas. One of them, as we know, is, I'm not trying to pick on him, right? I'm not trying to pick on him, but it's insane how these red pill dudes use Future as like, oh, this a toxic god. Do you really want to be like Future? You really want to be like him? This dude got multiple baby mamas with zero results, very unsuccessful relationships, and they calling Russell Westbrook a beta, right? Hey, I don't know, man. Even though he's dating a single mom, which I know a lot of y'all are just super against, right? Even though some of y'all might have kids your damn self, hypocritical as hell, right? Hypocritical as hell. They going off on her, but this dude, first of all, he has kids with her now. Now he has kids with her, and he doing way better. Okay, sure, he has to raise another man's child, right? But hell, Future ain't, and y'all worshiping him. He's no better. But this is the type of people that these dudes look up to, man, and they think being toxic, they think being like this asshole piece of crap is the answer. And I kind of fell into that. The thing about it is, when you're acting like that, when you're acting like a piece of shit, that's who you're gonna attract. I promise y'all, that is who you're gonna attract. Damaged chicks that like, and it's only short term. It's in the long term, it is not gonna work. It is not. I promise you, it is not gonna work. Because now you're being toxic, right? Fake toxic. And the chick that you attracted is probably really toxic. And she's gonna end up doing some fucked up shit, or you're gonna end up doing some messed up stuff, right? Trying to have rotations and all of that. Yo, I'm telling you, look, if you do rotations and stuff, fine. That's cool. That's fine and dandy, right? I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you this, dog. When you're so worried about having rotations, you're so in your flesh. Okay? You're so obsessed with your flesh and the desires of the flesh. You're in a lower vibration. You are vibrating at a lower frequency because all you're thinking about is flesh. All you're thinking about is smashing. You're not elevating to a higher consciousness. And am I saying I don't enjoy sex? I do just as much as the next man does. But you have to transcend over that, dog. These alpha males telling you to be like this like future type of toxic guy, have rotations and stuff. Bro, you really want that when you get older. When you get older, you really want to look back at your life and be like, well, hey, at least I had a rotation of chicks, but now you lonely as hell, ain't got really nobody, right? Still trying to be a player at an old age. That's terrible. That's horrible. You don't, you do not want that. It's very pointless. It is extremely, it's pointless. And I'm not trying to, hey, look, do some people genuinely enjoy that? Yeah, sure. Some people really do genuinely enjoy it, but I could say for the majority, I'm not speaking for everybody because I don't know everybody, obviously, but I know for a majority of people, men and women, they want to grow old with somebody that they can share memories with, that they could take trips with, that they could have a healthy relationship. Everybody desires that. So stop fronting, dog. But these dudes try to be like these a-holes and they try to be toxic. Well, bro, all you need to do is just be a solid guy. All you need to do is just be healthy within yourself. And what these guys do is the reason they get bitter and jaded is because they relentlessly chase, right? They're in their lower frequency. They're constantly chasing these chicks, constantly hitting them up, blowing them up, constantly having, smashing on their mind. And they hit them up relentlessly. And the chick is like, dawg, you thirsty. You're doing too much. And then the dude gets mad. They're like, oh, all women are this and all women use me. And they get mad and start doing all of this. Never give her a compliment. Never look her in the eye. Nah, bro, it's not about that. You can if you want to give a woman a genuine compliment, dog, you can. Right? That's not the problem. The problem is you doing it way too much. You're not, the way you come off is you need her. You coming off way too thirsty. There's a median in there though. Yeah, sure. Hey, look, when you with a young lady, treat her respectfully, dog. There's no reason why you shouldn't have. The thing is, these guys went overboard with the nice guy stuff. They were trying way too hard, not because they were really nice, because they wanted to smash. If they can admit that, right, then things will become clear. Because they wanted to smash, they put on this nice guy front and went the extra mile, so to speak, just to impress a chick. When in the whole meantime, if they just showed up as their regular selves, right, just cool, calm, collected, okay, went blowing the chick's phone up, gave her some time to actually think about him, gave her time to reach out to him, gave her time to come to him, right? Yeah, he could have gave her a compliment or two when they got together. He could have been a respectful dude, right? Because she's like, this dude is solid. I can see it. He's a cool guy. He's not really pressed about me. He's a healthy person. And you're gonna attract a healthy chick. Which look, fellas, I get it. It's kind of hard nowadays. I get it, because both men and women are suffering from a lot of mental trauma. Let's just be honest. But that's what it's about, man. It's about being balanced. It's not about being this, it's not about being a super duper doormat nice guy. And these guys take it to the other extreme of being a super duper a-hole. It's not about that. It's like a middle ground. It's about being balanced. If she likes you, bro, if she's truly attracted to you, she sees you're a good dude, she sees you got shit going on, she sees you have sex appeal, she sees you respect yourself, then she's not gonna mind being with you. She's not gonna mind hitting you up. She's not gonna mind you treating her, decently. But, that's just my 2 cents on it. Hopefully this podcast helped. I'll catch y'all later.